Hi guys, welcome back to the PDW build series. We're going to clean a few bits and pieces up on this PDW. First of all, I've machined the barrel down to a slightly lower level to match the barrel that we set. However, coming back to the rifle, I've kind of changed things up a bit. So I'm keeping the barrel as it was set to as before, but now you'll see that it sticks out slightly still, and that's because I've removed the 1/2-inch spacer. And that's because when we fit all this together, there is method in my madness. So we're not going to torque this down just yet, just in case we change anything, but the rail go on there. Let's pop the clamps on real quick. So 2 of these to put on. They're contoured in such a way that they'll only go on one way. And if you haven't already, if it's the first video that you're seeing in this series, I suggest going back on the channel. You can find them in the MWS playlist and following this build along from the start and picking up from there. But in this video, I'm going to clean up a few things. I had a couple of parts arrive. But what my method is, so the barrel sticks out, the outer barrel is recessed ever so slightly in the rail there. But when we add, if I can take this off, when we add the flash hider, it sits just inside the rail there, so we've still got a nice flash hider showing. However, when we put the suppressor on, the flash hider, just trying not to unwind the flash hider, it's such a perfect fit that there's like probably like a mil, like 1/2 mil gap, you'll see there. So it perfectly lines up, and I think that's a much cleaner look for when running the suppressor. So that is a far cleaner look. However, when we're not running the suppressor, because before with the flash hider it stuck out like here, so there's a bit of a gap, and when we're not running that, it keeps it nice and tidy. I do want to put some kind of hand stop on there. I'm thinking maybe like an Arasaka one, and then I can sort of grip the front end of the rifle like that. Next, we're going to be fitting a different grip because the grip's turned up, so we're going to take this one off. So wind this out. We do have to be careful with this because the spring and detent pin for the body pin is kept in with the grip on this receiver. So we'll pull this out vertically like that, and then you'll see the little spring there. I'm going to pop that grip off, and the new one's turned up, which is an MOEK, which is a slightly smaller style. They all come with a mounting screw, but it's the wrong thread type. And then this one, that's where you'd have your spring and detent for a standard, like a normal real M4. And then we'll pop this on there. This actually feels a bit stiffer, so that's a good thing, because we don't want it loose. Rock that into position in the corner. Pop the screw, which has fell off the tool. Going to pop this screw in there. Try and do it in a way where it doesn't fall off, like that. Thread this in. We don't get a cap on the bottom of this one, but it is a much shorter grip style, and I think it closely better suits the PDW build that we're going with. It is very small, but enough for me to get, you know, my full grip on there. And this is going to help be like less snaggy. Let's say I decide to run like a bolty at a weekend event, but then I've got like a grab bag. This could be in there, which could get me out of a bit of a sticky situation. Stock pops off, Should we put a red dot on there? What have we got? I'm really undecided what to do in terms of optic, but we'll try this. Let's see if it fits. We'll just loosely tighten this up here. And there it is with a little red dot on it. Perhaps move it back a little bit maybe. I'm not too sure on this red dot, but yeah, nice little tidy PDW. Obviously we've got the short mag there, but I do have, let's have a look what we've got in the ammo cases. So we've got a P-mag, which looks very cool indeed. Yeah, and then we could pop the, if we want to fill out the space a little bit, perhaps we're using it as a primary and not as a secondary. We've got the suppressor on there as well. So now it's looking very, very honey badger-esque, and I really do like this build. It's going to be my shorty MWS, and I'll be doing a bit of a test video with some bolts, because we've got obviously standard bolts with standard valves. I've then got a bolt with a high flow valve in the DMR Geisley, so we could try that, see what kind of power we get out of this really short barrel here. I'm not sure I like that optic. It's almost like it's a bit too big for the rifle. So have a quick look and see what else we've got. Got a little MRO. Will that suit it a little bit better? Let's see. Nice quick mount on this one. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know. Perhaps we can get like a red dot with a slightly lower mount. Or perhaps we'll just run a set of irons on this and not run a red dot at all. But it's very, very small. Very dinky. Especially with that 20 round mag in. I think we're still going to have to run the receiver in a little bit because it is still a bit tight. You have to kind of tap it home. Got any gas in this mag? Might be a little bit. Right, let's point this in a safe direction first. This might not have much gas in it. Yeah, the mag's pretty much empty, so. But it functions. It looks cool. It's nice and short. It's so light. I mean, it almost feels like the majority of the weight is coming from the optic. Maybe not. But yeah, hope you like this build so far. If you've been following along, I do have a new charging handle on the way. I've got another Geisley one coming just because I couldn't get my hands on anything else. Would like to have put one of the PTS Radiant Arms ones on there, but no one's got it in stock. So we'll have to wait and see with that one. If you've liked this build, you know, spend 10 seconds, let me know down in the comments below. Then I know what kind of content to bring you guys at a later date. And yeah, super impressed with this thing. It's gone together quite well. We've had a couple of niggly issues here and there, haven't we? But I think this is going to be a very welcome addition to the collection. And yeah, it's even shorter than it was before. I do love it. Reminds me of a PTW I built years ago. Thanks for tuning into this video. I hope it's gone the way that you expected it to. I'm not too sure yet about the colour difference. It's something that we could change. I don't really want to get into Cerakoting another rifle if I can avoid it, just because I'm so busy with your guys' work at the moment. We've got a spare grip and stock now, Magpul bits. So don't know what we're going to do with them. Perhaps we'll do another build in future. But for me and Bench, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.